Hey everybody, with Bladeshow coming up right around the corner, and companies probably going to start releasing news about Bladeshow things soon, I wanted to make a video to say what my predictions are and to get your guys' predictions for Bladeshow. So, I'm going to be talking about what kind of things do I think we're going to see at Bladeshow, and what kind of things I hope we see, what I'm excited for. Now, unfortunately, despite originally planning to go to Bladeshow this year, I'm not going to be at Bladeshow because I just don't have the funds for it right now. I wish I could go. Maybe next year, if I save up enough, I'll be able to go. But it just didn't pan out for me this year, since I live a little far away. Not super far, but far enough. And but I'm still really excited about Bladeshow and what it means for the community. I'm really excited to see all the wonderful videos people do make, see all the wonderful things that the community gets up to. So first thing I'm going to start off with is I think my Squid Industries predictions. I'll start off with a slam dunk easy one. Squid Industries is going to have a special variant of the Kraken. Every Bladeshow, Squid Industries brings some type of Kraken that is a Bladeshow exclusive, and I figure that this year is going to be no different. Don't know what it is. Maybe this year it'll be a special Thai Kraken, maybe an anodization or special blade or something. That would be kind of cool. But for sure, some form of the Kraken is going to be there that is unique. Also, I bet they'll have Weehawk Krakens for sale. I'm not sure if they've sold any of those yet. I also won't be surprised if they have the Flightanium double-edged live blades for sale. That would be really cool. I would love to see that. More than anything though, I think the thing that Squid Industries will probably have, I'm hoping they have, that I'm really excited for, is I'm hoping they have a live blade Nautilus prototype. If you don't know, Lucas has been developing a live blade Nautilus, along with a live blade Mako. But live blade Nautilus, and as someone who loves the Nautilus, I'm very excited to get my hands on one and try it. Now, I think the live blade Mako is also really interesting, and he might also have one at Bladeshow. But I think it's more likely, if we only have one, to have the Nautilus. And I'm going to make a bold claim and say that this year Squid Industries is not going to showcase any new products. The only things that they will have that'll be new will be a live blade Nautilus and maybe a live blade Mako. But nothing that's like completely new original. I think that at this point their lineup is big enough that they're just going to focus on what they do have instead of working to expand their lineup more. But we'll see. Next company I want to talk about is Machinewise. Machinewise is kind of a tough one. They just recently announced the Opus V2, which looks completely different, so I don't know if I even feel like it is an Opus, but that's besides the point. And I'm sure that they will have Opus V2s for sale. They will have probably the Totoris and Serifs for sale. But Machinewise, I wonder, and I'm kind of hoping that they have something else in surprise. I would love to see them announce a new design at Bladeshow. Especially something aluminum would be cool. Realistically, it won't be aluminum. It'll probably be another titanium balisong, but I would love to see them make aluminum balisongs again. If you don't know, the reason they kind of stopped is they were having problems with their anodization people, kind of ruining really large batches of handles. So they just kind of stopped doing aluminum, which is a shame. I would love to see them step back into that more budget-friendly aluminum realm. But if not, a new titanium design would also be very cool. So, in terms of other companies that are going to be at Bladeshow, I'm not entirely sure. I know LDY is going to be there. LDY, I don't think they're going to have any new designs. I honestly think they'll probably just have a nice lineup of all their stuff. Not expecting anything crazy from them. Somebody like EPS Knives might have a new balisong. Maybe. Hard to say. I'm not actually sure if Nabali's is going to be there. I think they're either there or they're going to have somebody selling things for them. I think it's one of those two. I also don't expect anything new from Nibali's at Bladeshow, considering they just launched Create with Nibali's and they're starting another round of Create with Nibali's. I imagine they're not going to be releasing any new products except for the Create with Nibali's. But, you know, you never know. We'll see. It would be kind of interesting to see something new. They did just announce the Extrusion V2, which I'm excited for. Those will probably be at Bladeshow. They're super cool. They're super cheap. I need to buy one. I honestly, though, other than that, there's not a lot of big makers that I think that like come to my mind as like, oh, they're gonna have something super cool. That isn't to say there's not more makers at Bladeshow and that they won't have new balisongs and cool things, but that's just kind of the things I'm looking for going into Bladeshow, is really the stuff from the bigger companies, especially as a content creator, because someone like Squid, LDY, Nibali's, I can kind of, to an extent, get my hands on their products depending on price. But someone like Stitch, who makes wonderful handmade balisongs, I will never have the money to buy anything he makes. So while it's really cool, I can't really talk about it. You know, I can look at it and admire them, but I don't get to flip them and make videos on them. So it's not something I'm like on the lookout for. But you know, it would be really cool to see some new makers or see some really cool custom balisongs, something like that. Something from like Highball Knives, he might have a new design. That would not surprise me at all. But those are kind of the things that I'm on the lookout for and I'm looking forward to heading into Bladeshow. Those are my predictions. I would love to know what you guys have in terms of predictions for Bladeshow. You know, do you think Squid's going to have a brand new design? If you agree with what I said, let me know in the comments down below. Also, let me know if you are going to be at Bladeshow, because I want to know who's going to Bladeshow this year. But yeah, as I launch the balisong into the dirt, that is all that I had for you guys today. I hope that you have all had a wonderful day, and until next time, keep flipping.